Got a question here asking, how do you reject a tenant's payment? Okay. And this could be for a number of different reasons. Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Warrior on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, got this comment or question asking, if a tenant made a payment and you needed to reject it, let's say it's a partial payment in response to a 3-day notice to pay rent, like tenant offers you, drops off $500 when $2,000 is actually due. Or let's say a tenant has made the payment after the 3-day notice expired, like you're in court. They go to your rent box basically and put money in your box. Okay. If someone dropped off a rent payment to a landlord and it's like a check or money order, some type of paper instrument, I would probably, my best inclination would be to give back the payment to the tenant, unnegotiated, you don't deposit it in your bank account, that type of deal, and give them a note stating that, hey, this is not going to be accepted, because if it's a partial payment, by law, you don't have to take a partial payment. Or if it's after the 3-day notice is expired, you can give back the payment to the tenant. Okay. Just because someone puts money in your box doesn't necessarily mean there's acceptance by the landlord. Okay. Cash might be a little bit trickier. I don't like mailing cash in the mail or anything. I would definitely want to post that back. Give that back to the tenant in person with a note saying that this is not going to be accepted. If it is cash and you can't give it back to them, I would probably indicate that I'm not accepting it. However, I want to ensure that it's getting back to them to just show that there is no acceptance. I've done in many cases, if it's like you have a current eviction in court already, an unlawful detainer proceeding already, and someone's paid you, I've done this before. I've given it back to the tenant at the hearing, whether it's a money order or cash, that type of deal. With like checks, that type of deal, you could mail it back certified mail, basically with the rejection letter, and keep copies of the payments and so forth, because the payment itself could be shown as evidence that there's an acknowledgement of debt. So you might want to take copies of all these things, but you don't want to deposit it in your bank account or retain it without some type of notice, that type of deal, saying that you don't intend to keep it, you want to arrange to give it back, the payment back. So these factual situations will vary, and you probably should work with landlord's counsel if you have a situation like this, so you don't end up, shooting yourself in the foot, so to speak, with retaining a payment and not giving proper notification, that type of deal. So those are my thoughts. Landlords, if you're in the Northern California area and you're facing, a non-payment of rent situation, you got something going on like this, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. Put your comments, questions down below. Try to answer them to the best of my ability. Till next time, folks. Talk to you then. See ya.